Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Emerald County. Today, I've remembered to turn Demand Master on before recording an episode, which is progress. I'll tell you what's not progress, though. What's not progress is recording about 90 minutes of Emerald County, and then going to live stream some Rust, and then going to edit Emerald County after that live stream and realizing, oh, I didn't actually save the commentary for Emerald County before I recorded the little announcement video for Rust. So that's not gone, and I need to re-record the whole episode. So that's great. So yeah, today is a re-recording of an episode I've already done, but things, will obviously be a little bit different. But today, I figure we'll start with the Theatre and Cathedral District. I'm also going to pause the game for a little bit, because we do have some services we need to put in here as well. Obviously, we have the hospital, but we don't actually have much fire coverage, and there is only one police station in here as well, so we're going to have to sort all of that. We also have the problem that, because I got rid of the road that goes in front of the tram depot, police cannot get to the building, so I'm going to have to just go ahead and add that back in, so there you go. That'll hopefully solve things with the tram depot. But again, we're going to get on with the Theatre and Cathedral District today, and I'm actually going to go ahead and delete this building, because I found a better one, and I'm not really sure how I found a better one, because, oh, that looks kind of nice, actually. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure how what would it look like if I put those together a little bit more? That's not bad. That's a nice building. It does the job. It certainly does the job. Anyway, let's delete them. Yeah, I found a better building. And I don't know where it came from, because I don't remember this. This is the large opera. I don't know where it came from. I honestly have no idea. I don't know if I've downloaded it. I don't know if it's been added to the game. I have no idea. I really don't. But we're going to use this, because it is a beautiful big building. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's get on with the Theatre and Cathedral District. So let me turn on the zoning for this road so it actually works. Let me go forward that way. And come down to there. So that's going to be a pair of entrances for this area. I want to go 20 and then have an entrance there as well. So that seems fine. We'll go... I guess 20 this way and up. Then I could go... I was going to say I could connect it down here, but there really isn't anywhere to connect it to, except for the industrial area, which I really don't want to do. So what we have at the moment, I guess, kind of works. It would be nice to bring a road further down here, though. So if I go 21 that way, I could, if I really wanted to, bring a road across this way, which isn't a terrible idea, I don't think. Then possibly bring one down to there and connect those. Yeah, that's all right, actually. It fills up the space really nicely. It doesn't seem to... I mean, there are some weird sections of zoning, such as this one, but I think I can fix that if I just do that. Apparently not. What if I replace that road? There we go. Alright, so the only weird area of zoning is down there now, which is fun. No, that one's a bit weird too. Why does zoning go weird randomly? Okay, that's really not what I wanted. Yeah, zoning in this game just likes to go weird at times, and I really don't get it. So that should not... No, that's still not fine. Oh, forget it. We're not going to be using most of it anyway. So, yeah, this is going to be our Theatre and Cathedral District. What I'd like to do is, first off, get this large opera in here, because it is an absolutely beautiful building. I can actually put it there as well, but that's a little close to the highway, I think. So maybe... I reckon that's a better bet. Yeah, that's definitely a better bet. So what we'll do is come in there with... Where is it? There we go. With this thing, which is a really nice little parking lot, which is actually being really weird because of the stupid zoning on that road, which is really... Why is the zoning on this road being so dumb? Look at... It's awful. Right, so does that... No, it doesn't zone at all. Alright, let me try... I run that through... No, let me just redo this entire stretch of road then. So if I redo that entire stretch of road, it connects up there beautifully. A little bit weird there, but that's fine. If I go from there to there... Oh, it does intersect it a bit. That's strange. If we do that then, and we go... I guess we'll not have a connection here. I guess that's fine. We'll do that so it actually zones properly, so I can do the parking lot. I mean, alternatively, I probably can do that. I guess I'll do that. It keeps the connection. It's at a little bit of an angle, but it's alright. So what we'll do is put these not there. We'll put these parking lots just in that space, giving us a little bit of a gap there in the middle, but that's okay. What I could do with that if I really wanted to is... I guess a pedestrian road could work in there. That's always an option if I do this kind of thing and connect it to either side. You do get a bit of a pedestrian road, which I could technically zone on, I could place things on, but... I mean, I think it's fine as it is, to be honest. I would like to put a little bit of a gravel path in there, though. Just to continue the gravel across, because oh, that didn't work. Because I think that could look really nice if we just, for one, turn off snapping, and two, just attempt to line this up really nicely. So something like that. Then we just need another row of it just about there. Let's just bring it back and go from there. And can I go the whole way through like that? I cannot. Let's try this then. Let's go the other way. So, does this work? It might. It sort of worked. I mean, no, it's clearly an angle. Forget it. We're just going to have the one strip of gravel there. Then the rest of this is probably going to have to be paved. Unless I do... I mean, I could do a strip of gravel there, which I think could look quite nice. So if I do that, and I do that, then I pave the rest of it? Yeah, I could do that, unless I have a really small parking lot in here. Because if I have a really small parking lot, that absolutely needs to go in here. I think it was in this bit. Do I have... No, I have that one, which would actually fit in there. 1, 2... Yeah, I guess a parking lot kind of makes more sense than the path there. Yeah, we'll do that, whatever. Let's have a couple of parking lots. We can make it look quite nice once we put some trees in. But there we go. A whole bunch of parking around the beautiful opera right there. The area doesn't really look all that beautiful yet, but, you know, it absolutely will eventually, don't worry. Okay, well that took a little bit longer than expected, but I think we have a pretty good looking space here. As you can see, we have a tram line that comes down and around the side of everything. There's a stop just along here somewhere. I'm not quite sure where it is, but it's about, say, I think it's about there. It's right there, actually. I think that's the stop, right by the church, and then we have a stop down in front of the Opera House as well, which I think looks pretty good. I'm actually really happy with this area. I do want to do some detailing just along here because I feel like it's a little bit empty and it feels a little bit too open. I think we need like a nice row of trees or something in there to change that area up just a little bit. So let's see what we can do. If we go in with even the, to be honest, even the small oak trees would do a fairly good job. Maybe we want the big ones though. I think we'll go for the bigger ones, yeah, and I'll see if I can space these apart fairly evenly. So about there and there. I think this is it's even enough anyway. I'll certainly do the job. So we'll just space these apart like that. Yeah, that immediately just sort of separates the two areas, which is what I want. I want the theater and cathedral district to feel sort of on its own, isolated from the rest of the city. It's meant to be a much quieter area anyway, so it is definitely meant to feel very isolated in that regard, and I think that little row of trees certainly does that. Also, this park here I know is a little bit excessive, and I know I put a lot of parks in this city. You know, we have parks in the middle of the roundabouts, we have parks all around this, but I really like just the look of it. I like having some open green space like that right next to these taller buildings and right by all of this. So I think it works. I do absolutely think it works, and there's a lot of people queuing up to get a tram there, which is kind of nice. Is there a tram coming down? How many trams are on that line, actually? That's a good question. For one, I don't see one about there, but the tram, the theater line is... Wait, why do I have... What are these other tram lines? Show me, where's that one? Oh, it's over there, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, so the theater line is just here. As you can see, it's sort of... A lot of people queuing up that way as well. Oh, there's a tram. Hello. Are you about to head off to the theater? That'd be kind of... Hold on, let me lock on... Let me lock on to you. There we go. Alright, so he's doing his thing. He's heading along that way. He's going to come around. He's going to go under the road. And back up. And no one... Oh, yeah, he doesn't stop there, does he? He stops on the way back. So he comes in and turns left, goes around the park... Because of course he does. Then pulls up here, picks up a lot of people, lets a few people off, and goes about his business, and stops on the way back here where a bunch of people are waiting as well, which is kind of nice. And away he goes. Alright, so those trams are all a little bit close together. But I guess that's alright. Also, can I add a stop there? I can indeed. I'm curious to see if people end up using that stop. It'd be kind of nice. It seems like a good place to have one, right by this road and all that stuff. So hopefully, we'll see it get some use. What I could also do, if I really wanted to, is actually add a pedestrian crossing just there. Because that way people should be able to get to that tram, no problem. I think. I might be mistaken in that, but you know, I think it looks good. I think it does the job, and I think that area just in general looks really, really good. So I am absolutely quite pleased with that. So let's come over here and start working on some other things. So let me pull you guys out. Let me de-zone that area. And this building here can stay. Because what I'd like to do is bring a road just off of there. I'll turn zoning on just so it doesn't start glitching out or anything. Now, for some reason, it's doing that. Why is it a bridge? Have I changed something? I feel like I might have changed something. That's peculiar. Is that a terrain thing? It might be. Let me see. If I just select the terrain there, up the size a little bit. Let's try and flatten everything there. Is that a terrain thing, or have I changed? I have no idea what's causing that. Okay. That's weird as hell. What if I go from there? Now that works fine. That works fine. That doesn't. So we'll go there instead. We'll have a little gap between the buildings, I suppose. So I want to go to about there, we'll say. That seems fine. Then I want to go underneath all of this. Maybe one more to the side, yeah, about there. To about that point. And this will let me put a bunch of buildings in here to make the area feel a little bit more built up. And the way we're going to do that, we're actually going to use the Rico mod, which lets me place buildings like these, which are actually going to be offices. So this is super, super useful. What I actually want to do here is that building and that building, because they actually work beautifully together, as you can see. Then in between them could be a bit of a problem, though. Let's see, have I got anything that's going to fit in there? It does like to be a bit of a pain sometimes, if it would just let me get to the menu. There we go. That building there, I guess I could sort of chuck back there. It is sort of on the highway, which is a problem. What if we bulldoze you and just move it along one so it's not in the highway? I'm going to allow that, I think. It just about works. It does block that blue building. I'm like, well, you see, the thing is, my view, my rules here are, does it look good from here? And I think that does, so I'll keep it. This space in here is going to be difficult to deal with, but we'll figure that out in just a moment. Let's see what else we have here. We have this building, which I really enjoy, which actually I would sort of like to place over here, I think. So if I just get that building and sort of just chuck it there, you get a nice building on an angle, and it looks a little bit different. Yeah, it looks nice. Adds something to the skyline, which is very important. So in here, still haven't got anything for in here. What I'm also going to do, I think, is use some of these buildings multiple times, such as these ones, because these really work for anything. These are really useful and kind of almost versatile buildings. Because they are just so generic, I can fill in spaces like that, no problem. Which is kind of important. So I will use those a couple of times over. I think putting one there could be a good idea. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Then possibly in there as well. Maybe not the same one. What about the smaller one? Smaller one definitely works. The cool thing with these as well is technically I can, if I really want to, sort of have them overlap the road if at all. Like, I can do. I think I've done it on... did I do it in a building, or was that in the last recording? I think it might have been the last one. I think this building here, if I'm not mistaken, if I place it properly, you can do that kind of thing with it and have it overlap the pathway, which I think I'll actually do. I'll get rid of these two, get rid of that one, and go ahead and put that larger building if the menu would stay up. I'll put the larger building just on that stretch of road like that, because as you can see, the pathway is sort of, it looks like it's overlapping. There is a little bit of like building there, which sort of doesn't look like it's overlapping actually, which is a bit of a problem. But I think I can get away with it. I do think I can get away with having that, because it looks like it's just overlapping the road. It adds something a little bit different to the space. It's a building that's sticking out a little bit further. I think that's a good thing to have. So, what I'll do is bulldoze you, and I'll move that building down to here. We can actually move those all along just a little bit, which I think would be nice. So, hold on. Bring up the menu. There we go. Put one there. Put one there. And I think that's all right, having that kind of row of buildings like that. I think it does the job. We have this giant building here, which I think... I actually kind of like the idea of putting it in a road in here somewhere. It's going to be difficult to place, though, because it is a really bloody big building. Actually, you know what? I like it there. I'm going to move this little red building to there, and then try and get this giant building to sit with Santander Tower. I think that could work. Let's see. So give me the building. There we go. So somewhere like that, basically. Does that work? Yeah. Yeah, it does. I think that's... I think it works. I definitely do. It's interesting from this side, seeing all those buildings. That one definitely towers over this area more than any of the other ones. But I like it. I do. I really do like it. So let's see. You guys need to rebuild. That's fine. So do I want to put anything else in here? I mean, it's very... I would say this area is very, very nearly done. I do definitely think we need more... We do need more... I mean, I could duplicate this one if I move it onto that road, but I don't think that's a good idea. I could put that angled one in here again. I could move it to be on a different angle if I really wanted to. But I mean, I guess I could do that. It's always an option. We could add more of these buildings. Which, to be honest, I guess works. Again, it's a fairly generic looking building, so I think I can get away with it. I'm also fairly sure, do I have other buildings I can play with? Not really. They're all office buildings, unfortunately. I mean, this one again... This one just sort of works. I feel like this one could actually work in there. Like, that's not a terrible spot for it, because it's sideways and therefore doesn't block everything. I think I'm going to use the same building twice. I think it's different enough from that angle that it works. So this building's going to go. This building also needs to go because I need to move it. So what I'd like to do is come in with this, move it to just the edge there. Then get rid of that building and put the other one in there. That nice big one there. So sort of like that, I suppose. Yeah, that works. I love how these buildings look, actually. I really, really love these buildings. So what else can we do? We need something for this side. I think this side can actually just be zoned. That's probably fine to do. So just, that's not high density. That is not high density at all. We need to fix that. There we go. So fill up that space. Fill up that space. Then we just have a lot of paving to do, really. I mean, there is space over here as well that could use something. I figure if we get rid of that building, I can probably get a road down through to there. Then if I can sort of slink it along the back of the Colossal Order building as well, that'd be nice. I could actually do it this way. So that sort of works. It's not the nicest of building, but it works. If I do that as well, I mean, it connects through, which is probably a good thing to have. Maybe we'll just try and get a straight road going through there instead. Probably a better idea. There we go. Alright, so we'll do that. We'll not bother zoning that little space there. We can make that paved. So what can we put in there? I'm sort of feeling like this building could be moved a little bit further away from the highway. If it would let me grab it. If it would let me grab... Seriously. There we go. Because I feel it looks alright like that. Or if I put it there, you know? I mean, it's right by the cathedral, but I think that's kind of cool. Like, that view, that kind of look there looks kind of interesting. So, yeah, I'll let that be a thing. Then back here, I guess we can just sneak in some of the generic office buildings if we want to. We could put this giant one in again. That's always a thing. It's certainly a possibility. Which I think we'll do. I think we'll chuck the giant one there. Because it's kind of hidden. You're not really going to notice it's the same as that building there. Then I can just put some of the generic ones in between them. Or just one of the generic ones, really. So something like that. And then a small generic one just in front of them. I really like how that looks. I really do. I think that looks exactly how I imagined it. Is that... I can't zone on that road, can I? No. I'm gonna need to change that, because that road absolutely needs some stuff as well. So let's just change that little section, and I should be able to work with that. So let me get the tall one. Oh, I can't. It needs to actually be placed on zoning. Interesting. So we'll do that. We'll put the tall section of building just there. And I can't really do the small one, can I? I guess I could do it if it clips into the building. Which I guess is fine. Then we'll do another small bit just there. Again, just filling out space, really. That's kind of the important thing here. Those two, like, neither of those is going to despawn. No, they're fine. There is a bit of space back there as well. I wonder if I could get something in there. Because that's probably a good idea, isn't it? It's probably a good idea to push through there. Yeah, I could actually. I think, if anything, I could get more of those buildings. I could actually, because they have a depth of 4. So if I really wanted to, I could double up on those buildings. Sort of. They don't place exactly how they are on the other side, which is a bit disappointing. But, I mean, even if I just place that one and then do some zoning in there, I think it's fine. I mean, that fills up the space beautifully. I think that's it, really, for the downtown area. I mean, there are spaces like this, which I guess technically I should build into. So if I do that, I can do a little bit of zoning there. So we'll do a little bit there like that. But I think generally all I need to do now is decorate and pave a lot of that space. I could put a building there. I feel like this space could use one. Let's see. If I de-zone all of you guys and get rid of you, what can I place in there? Possibly the angled building? Would it work? Is it at a different... It is at a different angle. So I guess, technically, does it look different enough? No, I think it's very noticeable that that's the same... That is the same building. We've already placed this one a lot. What have we got in here for landmarks and all that stuff? I mean, I don't think I've placed this. Which I guess works. It's a bit of a different looking building. It's kind of hidden away a little bit. Sort of does the job. I could place 2 of those. I mean, that might look cool. What is it? It's Transport Tower. I think it looks interesting. What if I merge them? What if I, like, put them to... Yeah. I actually really like that. I do. Let's move them down a little bit, though. To take up a little bit more space down this way. But if I put those together... I mean, it's sort of 2 different buildings. It's sort of one building. I think it's just interesting and does the job. So that fills up that space as well. There we go, ladies and gents. That's kind of, yeah, that's kind of the downtown area done. Just a lot of decoration needed now, which I guess we have to do. All right, you know what? I reckon we're done here with the downtown area of Emerald City. I think it's looking absolutely fantastic. We got ourselves a police station in here. We got ourselves a fire station in here. We are having some issues with not enough educated workers for a lot of these buildings because they are technically offices. That is a thing to keep in mind. This guy here is actually having some problems in general. We might want to get another police station over here. That could be worth doing. I just don't know if it would fit in there. It actually would, so we'll do that. Let's add another police station to that end of things, and hopefully that'll keep everyone nice and happy. But we are going to need to get some educated workers, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just sort of temporarily, I do these temporary solutions from time to time. Very temporary solution here. Going to add a road to, say, there. Why the hell not? So we get that road in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck an elementary school, and an elementary school, and a high school, just to that road. Just as a temporary thing to start getting some educated people into the city until I can come up with a better solution for education, which will probably be a nice big university campus down this way somewhere. There's so many trains running along those lines. Are the trains going to Applesby? Okay. They're not backing up or anything. There's a lot of traffic backing up, though. But the trains generally seem to be alright. Do many people use that? 38, so that would be a no. What about down in Castle Rock? We haven't been here in a while. Many people using this train line? No. No, there's not. Alright, well, fair enough. This area is looking alright, though. All the buildings still doing their thing. It's been a while since I've had a look at this. Oh, God, this place. I do love this place. I know people aren't a big fan of the, you know, identical buildings around here, but I really like it. It obviously doesn't work in a city. It would work in Applesby, to be honest. Like, if I was to take, like, this house here is beautiful. That is a beautiful big house. Like, if I was to take that, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Why the hell not? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna clone some buildings and make it, or do you want that one? I feel like I want the mansion with the swimming pool. I feel like Applesby is a really, apparently fancy neighborhood. So I'll go ahead and just chuck a bunch of these in here. And once you see a street with all the same building, I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. I really do. Let me grab some of those. Let me grab you. And there, and there. Alright, so those are all going to build up. We have just evicted some families, but that's fine. We do that from time to time. Oh, different roof colors as well. Didn't notice that. Or didn't know that happened. But there you go. Like, once you see that, I mean, they don't all have identical back gardens, which is interesting, actually. A little bit disappointing. Apparently didn't want to continue this. That would have looked better if they had identical back gardens. But, I mean, that just, in general, looks really nice. But what I'll do is I will just bulldoze those, because I was really hoping they would have the extended back garden there, which unfortunately they don't. So, we'll just get rid of those guys. And let these build up all naturally. What is this building going to be? What are you? Is that... It's a nice looking place. It's a bit simple, but certainly does the job. Bunch of low density, well, low worth places at the moment. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. I mean, your hedge goes right to the train track, and that swimming pool probably sucks, but whatever. I think that's gonna do us for today. Anyway, ladies and gents, there are some land value issues. Apparently, too few services is showing up as land value. Interesting. What other services would they need? I really don't know. Healthcare. I guess healthcare in that area kind of sucks. We'll put a clinic in temporarily just to boost the area. We have... fire coverage should be fine. Yeah, fire coverage is alright. It could be better done this way, but we'll fix that eventually. And policing is alright. So hopefully we'll see these problems solve themselves at some point. But I think, ladies and gents, that is going to do us for today. So thank you kind of for watching. This has been Emerald County, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.